Welcome to the Sleazy Podcast, the podcast about anything and everything, but mostly TV and movies. And now it's time to get sleazy.
We're back. It's only been, what, a couple of,
Like
3 weeks? Yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks, but we're back. We're back. This is episode 208 of the Sleazy Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Sleazy, joined by the one, the only, Mr. PBS. And he made it his one and only day off.
Day off. I was at work today, buddy.
Robzilla.
Robzilla don't get no days off. No days off for being Robzilla.
This guy, he's a working man now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like we all work, the majority of us. At this table, we all work.
Yeah, we work. We're not bums.
But this guy's taking it to another level. He's not working one job. He's working 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm. This is my fun job, I would say.
This is your fun. You think this is a job?
Fun? No,
This is just us hanging out.
but it's fun.
Imagine if he does his other jobs as bad as he does this one.
I know, right? You would be.
Well, I mean, I'd already be fired by now. I mean,
Yeah.
What's the point?
I'd be like, what the fuck? Get out of here.
Sir, get out of here. You're fired.
Like you're not worth what I pay you, and I don't pay you anything.
Just, he's worthless. Get him out of here. I can't even stand to look at him.
You disgust me.
Who hired this fat piece of shit?
Last time I checked, it was you prick. well, I shouldn't have.
So what's job number 2?
I forget the proper name, but it's KBS is the initials for it. So it's a janitorial service. So basically,
So you're
basically
cleaning.
a janitor. Yeah,
You're cleaning
yeah,
up shit.
basically.
No,
It's not. I do clean like 2 bathrooms, but then it's I work at the Lululemon warehouse in Groveport, but I clean the offices.
Why are you like
for that.
slamming down on the table? Like you need to
You need
emphasize
to
this to me.
listen what I'm telling you. I don't know. I don't mean to do that. But yeah, so I just clean the front office.
I work a second job. Show me respect. I clean toilets in
You-
the evening.
You work 2 jobs? Show you less respect.
Did you see him? He was like karate chopping the table.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
I think he just wanted to make it clear that like the people who clean the toilets are senior people and they get paid more money than him. He's just the officer. They just trust him to take out the trash and
Yeah.
So-
vacuum the floor.
Not only are you working 2 jobs, you're working a 3rd job too.
Well, just 1 day a week, maybe 2, depending sometimes.
So how many hours total are you putting in?
This week was about 69.
Like, at what point are you like, this sucks?
Oh, today.
Yeah, like you have
It's
no
not
time.
bad, but
Did we disturb your day of like not leaving the house and
oh no, I was still doing shit.
getting out of the mold of your couch?
No, I had to go take care of Papa.
Papa?
Think
Okay.
think about the couch in down. Like what will become of it?
I know it might like puff back out.
It's gonna heal itself. Just like there's like no humans on Earth, like
The wife's gonna fluff the couch cushions while he's not there. And
So
Yeah.
what's the need to work all these hours?
it's just extra money and just to pay stuff off, and then so I can put a down payment on.
I don't think you're being honest with us.
That's what it is.
Are you addicted to drugs?
Yeah.
Are you addicted to like
it's called insulin.
It's called
He needs it to
insulin.
live.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Very true. Very true.
Touche, sir. You do have the diabetes.
Yeah, that is true. But you know, once you max out your whatchamacallit, your deductible, doesn't your insurance have to cover that?
It still doesn't. It
They don't cover-
It still takes majority, but still, I still have to pay like $60 or whatever, depending what it is.
Well, that's not terrible.
No, it's not.
Rob's like, I have to work 69 hours a week to afford to live.
thank you, diabetes.
Yeah, if I don't work 70 hours a week, I'm gonna die. I can't have my sugar getting out of whack.
Can't have it. No.
Should have never left the pizza place.
I know. I'd probably be
Right?
happier.
Could have been.
You couldn't pay me enough money to work at a bank again, ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't think they want anybody to work in a bank.
They don't. They just want to be able to
aside
have,
from
like,
somebody to like feed the dollar bills into the machines.
well, basically like platform people for like loans and stuff, and then who can run a register. That's all it is.
But I mean, nowadays you can just fill out a loan application online, and then it
Right.
gets reviewed.
Right.
So I mean, that's even like loan officers are kind of becoming a thing of the past.
Yeah, it really.
And
is.
eventually they're going to come for, more, what do they call, people that write you for mortgages and stuff like that?
Mortgage broker.
Yeah, whatever they are.
Yeah.
Lender.
Lender.
Yeah, lender. That's what it is.
Probably.
But even those people, what do we need them for?
Just go online. That's all I'll
Yeah.
tell you. Go online and apply.
I mean, yeah, they can pull some strings and
Our AI loan officer will decide if you get that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Grok home loans. That's coming. Eventually, it's got to be coming.
Somebody's gonna have to figure out like the algorithm on it. Like,
Yeah.
what words do I need to put in here to get approved?
Within your credit score and certain factors, it'll just automatically calculate it. But it is sad, because Rob doesn't talk on through the week anymore. You don't hear him.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's sad, but
It's sad for me.
It hurts your soul a little bit. You just don't want to say it's
Who's
okay.
gonna listen to me when I send pictures and videos of UFO stuff?
Yeah.
Like, who's just gonna give me the thumbs up and tell me to keep going?
and then you're gonna ask him later, like, did you watch that video? Like, no, but I saw
Like,
it.
my interactions can be summed up into like 3 to 4 responses from Rob. Like, it's either a thumbs up,
Heart.
what the fuck, crazy, or fuck those hillbillies
And get fucked.
and get fucked. 5. I'm sorry, 5.
My
Yeah,
favorite one of all of them.
but it makes me sad, man. I want my boy back. I want
Boy
to.
Blue, I don't want you to die tonight.
I don't want you to work yourself to death,
I won't.
because I know how hard it is for you to leave the house in general. And I just got to imagine, like, when you get home at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Am I right?
It's about that.
Okay.
Well, sometimes it's like Monday, Wednesday, or Fridays around 10:30 because that's
This
when I
is-
had to mop the entire like office area.
Oh, you poor soul.
No, I was just saying. Just
Are you-
down
How much do you get an hour to do that?
$15.75.
It's not bad. $15 to sweep and empty the trash.
Yeah, mop. Yeah, spray stuff down. That's it. It's just an office
Clean 2
area.
toilets,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's just a man and woman's bathroom, and then
So I'm guessing this is for the office people.
it's the office. Yeah, because
So they're probably a little bit more sanitary and
yeah,
respectful.
they're not bad. Yeah, somebody came in and used the bathroom, the guy's bathroom. I was like, okay. I came back 45 minutes. Motherfucker was still like he's on his phone. He was just sitting there chilling. He was like a warehouse worker, so he probably didn't want to go back out.
Yeah.
because it's hot
They're
as
going
fuck
to
in
start
there.
getting some anonymous emails about people needing to go ahead and just take a shit in the trash can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This-
they
What's
said
for
it.
you, Zilla?
This
This is what I think of your Tubi pick.
Yeah.
Do you think people have complained about Robzilla? Like, this penguin-looking motherfucker can't clean a toilet to save his life.
Think about that poor guy sitting in the toilet, just trying to enjoy his
He
break,
keeps getting harassed.
and all he hears from outside the door is,
Do you?
Hurry the fuck up.
I wonder if I was going to search for a door like, like one of those. Sir, are you done? You
No, I
done?
just-
I really need to clean
I
this.
slightly peek in and see if there's any feet. And then I just walk right out.
You
So I
shoulda-
guess other stuff to do.
You should have pulled a Simons and been like, "How does the blind man know how to wipe his ass?" and hit the lights and open the door. That was like, your initiation at Kroger when Simons was there.
I'm like, he doesn't hate me. I'm happy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was actually
they'd kick the trash can in front of the door and prop the door open.
Yep. So everybody would know you're in there taking a shit.
Like, yes, I am. Deal with it.
So you'd be like in the dark in the stall, and you'd see like that one glimmer of light coming in, and then meanwhile somebody will walk by like, "Oh, somebody's taking a shit." It's
days.
it's so middle school. But,
it is. That is straight middle school.
but anyways, back to this. So I just have a feeling that when he comes home at 9:30, 10 o'clock, he goes straight to the bathroom and cries.
No, I take a shower. That feels great.
And you cry. You cry in the shower. Don't lie. He cries in the shower. He's like, I really just want to stay inside and watch Tubi.
I'm a big boy. I cry on my pillow.
You cry in your pillow.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what real men do. They cry on the pillow.
so is Tracy like watching TV or on her phone on the other side of the bed, and you're crying on the other side?
Yeah, just like Stewie cries.
Does she ever like yell at you in her native tongue?
No, not anymore.
Like, shut up.
She's like, you need anything, honey? She's like, no, I did this while you're gone. I did that. I'm like, okay, I appreciate it.
Oh, wow. So she's turned a new leaf over.
Because Papa can't do it all.
Yeah, well, no shit, you can't do it all, working 69, 70 hours a week. And then you're working at the shop with Muzz on Saturdays, right?
Yeah, still training.
How's that going?
I'm getting a little bit better.
How long do you have to train, Rob?
I mean, well, look at me. I mean, to answer your question.
Did he leave you by yourself yet?
No, he left me for a little while today. Well, sorry, yesterday, because he's like, I gotta go shopping. I'll be back. I was like, okay.
All right.
Took care of everything. It was fun. Wasn't bad.
Were you like, please don't leave me?
No,
I'm not ready.
I'm not ready.
I don't think
I'm not ready.
I don't think I can find a video game that's in order by numbers and rows.
I'm getting a little bit similar to Muzz because like when people start touching the glass, I'm like, these motherfuckers are their greasy ass fucking fingers. Like, quit leaning over.
Oh, dude,
shit.
they do. They're all over that glass.
Then when guy walks in, he's like, you guys got Deadpool? I was like, on what system? He's like, PS whatever. I was like, they're all right there. Like, I'm not fucking looking at.
Just tell him no. The
like,
answer's always no.
I know. Well,
I'm gonna tell you something that I learned a long time ago from a guy that worked at Kroger, and he was an old timer, got 6-day pay. You know who I'm talking about, probably. He worked in the office. Tim was gone.
Yeah.
He was on his way out as you were coming in.
Yeah.
But when I first started working in the office with Tim, he was like, people just want an answer. It doesn't matter what the answer is. Just give them the answer and they'll go away. And he's true. Every once in a while you'll get a pushback. But for the most part, you can tell people that shit's on Mars and they'll be like, oh, okay. And they'll walk away. Do you got this? No, it's still on Mars. Okay. I'll come back next week. Next week. You got that? Sure don't. Still waiting on it from Mars. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, we're going to talk some crazy news. We're going to have your Tubi pick. What you watching? Since, it's been so long and we're all watching other things. And then we'll probably talk Havoc, but that'll come into play with Whatchu Watchin because you were really big on this movie. And we'll close the show out with Righteous Gemstones. They had their series finale. It is officially done. And I am one sad boy.
yeah.
One sad boy that I'll never get Righteous Gemstones again. But I shouldn't say never because they've been asked about it and they're like, well, if we do something, we want to do something different. So,
yeah.
But okay, so crazy news here.
You didn't ask me what I was doing while Robzilla.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. We got so caught. What have you been up to?
I went to a concert.
Did you really?
I put it in the group.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I didn't know.
Thingy there.
Concert you went to.
There's a picture and a YouTube link. Just pull the picture up first.
Is it in here?
Yeah.
What is it though? Like, I see.
Might have to do like the all thing or whatever.
All comments? Yeah, hold on. I see your crazy news article, and I see where you posted 2 dead people.
Yeah, should be more. There's another one in there.
That's all I have.
Might have to reload it.
Here, I'll put it up on this. Did you just do it?
Yeah, just before we started.
Okay, hold on. Let me reload this web page here. I don't know why it wants to show me like the previous thread.
Yeah, or like just an old. It's been bringing up one from.
Yeah, like I wish Facebook would just quit fucking with stuff.
What old Zuckerberg?
Nah, I'm not seeing it. It is not. I'm not seeing it.
That piece of shit.
Did you reply to something? Yeah, but anyways, no one cares about your concert, what you did. It's nice that you got out of the house.
Yeah, I'm looking right at it.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Mr. PBS intro segment. Oh, wait. You know what it is? It got me. Put it in the wrong one.
Oh, see. Would you put it in 207?
Yep, 207.
Well, here, I can... Okay, PBS intro segment.
Yeah,
Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. We're not going to get like a...
It's on YouTube, so I'm assuming they're not. But before you do that, go to the picture. I replied under it.
Okay.
So I'll show you exactly where I'm at.
All right. Let me. Can I?
So anyway, Nick Cave and the Batsies is like one of my favorite bands for a long time, and they don't really come close here often.
Look at this Grim Reaper looking motherfucker singing.
I think he'd enjoy that.
Yeah.
Looks like an
description.
Undertaker.
Excuse me. And usually, like, he'll go to like Washington D.C. has like the 930 Club, which is like sort of I think a well-known like alternative kind of venue, and he'll go to like what's the one on the other side of Pennsylvania? Is Pittsburgh on the New York side of Pennsylvania, or Philadelphia?
Philadelphia.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's on our side. Philadelphia's on the other side.
Yep.
So he'll go to Philadelphia, and that's still like 4 or 5 hours away or something. I think maybe he'll go to Michigan sometimes, but he'll go to like Chicago and those places. So he's always like hours away. So like 11 years ago, he came to the Palace in Louisville. I got to see him for the first time. And then last year, they announced that he was coming to the Palace here in Columbus. So, I just had to go. But anyway, if you look on the picture, that's me, like right under him. You can see, I don't know if you got your little pointer on there.
Yeah. This is you right here. Hold on.
Yeah, that's me right there.
That big ass head right there.
Yeah.
Are you wearing a nice shirt?
Yeah, it's just a regular shirt with a collar.
Button up?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So
you could see he's dressed up. So
is he holding your hand? It looks like he's holding your hand.
It's the woman next to me. But it does look like he's holding mine. But we'll get to that in a second, though.
PBS was like, I want to party with you.
You will tonight, baby.
Yeah. So, but he's been he's like in his 60s now. He's been around for like a long time, and it's just always really cool that he was coming. So if you go to the video,
okay.
All this picture, obviously I didn't shoot it. Somebody else shot it. I got it off Facebook, and this video's on YouTube that somebody shot. You'll have to skip. It's like 8 minutes long, because you have to skip to like 5.5, 6 minutes into it.
Okay, we're gonna go to 5:30. Okay. Maybe back a little bit. There we go. Okay.
I don't know if you can go to full screen it or whatever. Zoom in on a little bit. But in a second, he's like really well known. Like, he'll go out into the crowd, and sometimes he like kind of leans in on the crowd.
So he leans in on the crowd.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm pausing because the video feed it'll cut out us talking for whatever reason.
So he's been doing it for years, even at the age of 60, whatever he is.
Were you the youngest person at this concert?
No.
Okay.
No. Maybe when I went 10 years ago, I might have said maybe, but not anymore.
I just see like here's the conventional horseshoe gentleman right here, and here's another.
I mean, there were definitely a lot of older people. Like I said, he's been his like prime was like the 80s, 90s, but he still puts out new music and stuff every couple of years, and goes on tour with his band, the Bad Seeds. The Bad Seeds are like revolving people, so sometimes we'll have this person, sometimes we'll have that person.
Right.
Some of them have been doing it for a long time. Some of them play on the live albums, or some people play live. Some people just play on the studio albums.
Look at this. This looks like a commercial for like cholesterol medicine. Are we ready?
Go ahead.
Yep.
What are we looking for?
You'll see it here in a second. When he comes back over to me.
Oh, there's.
Not yet. It's coming back.
Sunday steals, child is born and his brother seals. Sunday morning, a firstborn dead. Shoot bastard with a ribbon of red.
All right, here we go.
Oh, there you are.
Wait. Yeah, you know that he's got his knee like on my shoulder. Like he's got his full weight on my shoulder there. He's got his right leg on my shoulder. And I didn't realize like he was gonna like kind of step out into the crowd a little bit. I thought he was just gonna lean off the stage a little bit. And he's got his full like skinny old man shin bone, like right on my shoulder.
Oh my
Those are
God.
the fucking worst.
And no, it was great, but it was like I just wasn't expecting it.
He was like, no, it was great.
Yeah.
As he looked down at Mr. PPS, you like that pig?
Were-
You know it.
Enjoy the pain, pig.
Now did he actually like step down onto your boner to get back out on stage?
Yes, he did.
Did he fall off the stage and then grab your boner to pick himself up?
Now, if you see, like right under him, behind me, is this girl with this woman with pink hair.
Yeah.
If you just kind of
Right there.
just notice her while he's doing this, and keep in mind, like I can't see what he's doing. He's going to move
Right
here a little bit, and move and kind of swing his arms, and like I have no idea what's going on. I'm just knowing I've got like his leg, like I'm holding on to it, like for leverage, kind of, and he's going to be like moving his arms and stuff. I got no idea what he's doing. I just know his skinny old man shin.
Did you get like a roadie coming pick you out of the crowd? Like he wants you to come to his hotel room later.
I think he just said there's a stout gentleman right there in that front row, and I'm getting on him. And like I said, the thing was like I don't know if you guys have ever been like at front row at concerts like this, but usually they're kind of packed in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They weren't like super packed in, like right behind me. So I was kind of like, if you don't have to play it back, but if anybody watches it back, you'll notice that I had to take like a step back just because I wasn't expecting it, and because there wasn't people like packed right in beside me. There was the girl right behind me. She kind of like puts her hand on my back a little bit, and I'm like, "Thank you, I really needed that." Whoever she is out there, if she ever hears it, she's got some good karma. Just that little bit of pressure, I'm like, "Thank you." I'm sitting here thinking like, "Am I going to drop this 60-year-old?"
Oh, wouldn't that be your luck?
That'd been hilarious.
Like, son of a bitch.
Especially
So-
if you're a person that like to be touched. Like, get the fuck off me. And just like roll over.
Look at this old bastard getting his cell phone out, recording this up close and front action here.
I wonder if his videos on YouTube. It might be. I looked through some. So anyway, you just press play here for a second. Like I said, watch her. He hands her the microphone here in a second. He gives her the microphone there, and he's like swinging his arm. Like I said, you could see me struggling a little bit. He plants his hand right on her face there, like because he started to fall. And then you'll notice here in a second when he goes to get back on the stage, he stumbles just a little bit because he's, like I said,
Because he's fucking old.
Well, because I think he's further away from the stage than he thought he was. Like I said, he's doing all that stuff, swinging his arms.
Is this the guy from Deadwood?
I don't think so. No.
Well, I mean, I know that guy's dead. Obviously, you know who I'm talking about, right? The old man that works in the hotel. That's like he's the chef or whatever, but he always does like the shitty jobs, and they yell at him all the time.
Dude, I don't remember.
Long. It's been so long.
I forget what he said. He's an old guy. He has an old white beard.
Yeah.
He's all scraggly looking in the show.
I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't think he ever did, but Nick Cave is the kind of guy who would show up in like Deadwood. He wrote The Proposition, a Western with Guy Pearce.
Okay.
And he shows up at one point in, I don't know if you ever watched The Assassination of The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
Yeah.
He shows up singing at like a song at a bar in that movie.
Like this guy up here, he's playing guitar, right?
I don't know what he's playing.
That's Warren Ellis. I think he's playing like his violin.
Oh, okay.
He's rocking it out, though.
He looks like the guy when you sneak into like some secret vault and there's just this dude that's just been in there forever.
Yeah. Chained up.
Yeah.
Tortured for 30 years.
He can't leave.
Yeah.
Like a Templar Knight and what was it, Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
He's
exactly
the-
is what he is.
He's the knight. Swinging his damn arms.
That's bony arms.
Because he can't fall there.
He just shoved your head into his dick.
He like
It wasn't
felt
that
like-
close, but yeah.
It was there. It was getting close.
I don't know. Let's
He said, "Open your mouth, pig."
Let's go back just to. Let's see here. Look at that. He's like, grab this dick, girl. Oh, jeez. He literally did use your head to like push himself up.
Like I said, I think he was a little further from the stage than we thought he was.
Wow. What an experience you had.
But
You got molested by
He got
I
fake.
put if you go back to the thread there for a second, I put the picture of Warren Ellis.
You put what pictures now?
If you go, I replied right under that picture of me.
PBS got face fucked.
He really did.
He said, take that pig.
Hold on, I got to refresh this now.
But well, there's the song he's singing is called Tupelo, and it's a song about like a flood in Mississippi and about Elvis being born. And there is a line in the song that says "suck the damn thing dry," where he shoved his crotch in the guy right beside his face. So yeah, but that's Warren Ellis there. That's the night.
He does. He looks just like that guy.
He was actually, I think he was legit like sick that night too. So he was like drinking a sparkling water. He had like sweat pouring off his face, toweling off.
When you get to a certain age, aren't you just sick all the time?
It looked like they just literally just unlocked him from his cage. Like, you got a show to do, boy.
Yeah, like, it's killing this guy being up past his bedtime.
6 p.m.
Well, they even said the show starts promptly at 8:00.
Yeah, so it can end promptly at 10 o'clock.
So it was like 8:30.
Wow. Well, what an experience for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the first concert I've been to at least
I always wonder,
post-pandemic.
what you listen to all the time. But
There was he did something similar because I think he sang Tupelo when I saw him back in 2014, and he kind of rested like that on somebody else. But the guy over there was like, remember Dale from work?
Yeah.
He was like as tall as Dale.
oh wow. Okay, so we got a couple celebrity deaths, and we're just wrapping these into crazy news. And we get this intro going. Crazy news with Mr. PBS. All right. Okay. So this one comes from NBC News. Sabu, legend of pro wrestling's hardcore style, dies at 60. This was kind of crazy because he just had a retirement match like
Right.
a
And
few
there
weekends
is-
ago.
Yeah.
There is some, I don't know if controversy is the right word, surrounding that match and that he died shortly after. So people are saying maybe he shouldn't have wrestled or didn't want to wrestle or wasn't feeling good about wrestling.
Well, it's like the wrestler.
Yeah.
You can't tell these guys.
I think it's still kind of a lot of finger pointing. Some even people who knew him are kind of being like, yeah, don't blame the wrestling promotion or whatever.
Yeah. Terry Brunk, known to wrestling fans as Sabu, was credited with popularizing hardcore wrestling in the U.S. as well as the use of tables as a must-see object in matches. He was a crazy dude, man. He was like one of those cats that ushered in like the high-flying. Yeah. Like, I mean, he was running in the ring, flipping out of it on the tables.
Well, he would do like the triple jump from the chairs.
Yeah.
He would just fuck people
He's
up.
like one of those guys, like, I don't know if you guys remember ECW in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
but, like,
Oh, yeah.
They eventually got on TNN or whatever it was. But before then, like, unless you ordered a pay-per-view, maybe
Right.
they didn't start pay-per-views until the mid-90s, I think, either. Like, they were just kind of like something you heard about.
Yeah.
Or like if you bought a wrestling magazine, you'd read about it. Or
You'd see the pictures of all the blood.
Yeah.
And
It's
So
like,
like,
legendary.
like Sabu and Taz and the Sandman and all
Rob
those
Van Dam.
guys.
Terry Funk was like,
he was
he
in
had
a,
like a second wind in
yeah.
ECW.
He had a
and-
bar match with Sabu.
Yeah.
He almost died.
Yeah.
And so, like, back then, it's not like now where if you like, oh, yeah, Joe Hendry showed up at WrestleMania. Like, you're watching WrestleMania, there's a million pictures and articles or whatever. Back then, you just had to get what you could get. And it was almost like legends in a way, like, well, these guys are doing all this crazy shit over in Philadelphia or whatever.
I remember I used to buy movie magazines, wrestling magazines, fucking music magazines. Like that was there was no internet, so that's how you found out about shit. But I always remember getting the WWE magazines, and it was like, oh my god, Sable's in this.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I got a bunch
Lita,
of those back in the day.
Trish. It's like, oh, this is a boy's best friend back in the day.
Oh,
Just gonna say that. I wasn't buying the wrestling magazines for the guys.
okay.
Okay, Sabu, a hardcore professional wrestling legend whose real name was Terry Brunk, has died at 60 years old, World Wrestling Entertainment announced Sunday. WWE is saddened to learn that Terry Brunk, known to wrestling fans as Sabu, has passed away, the company said in a statement. Why couldn't they just lead with that, you know? All Elite Wrestling also announced the news in a post on social media. From barbed wire battles to unforgettable high-risk moments, Sabu gave everything to professional wrestling. AEW wrote on X, our thoughts are with his family, his friends, and his fans. Sabu's cause of death was not released Sunday, and it is not clear when he died. Oh, so we don't know when he died. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look like somebody that Donald Trump's been hanging out with here lately?
Yeah.
It really is sad. Because
He'd be a lot cooler if he was hanging out with Sabu.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, 60 years old, like, you just don't think of people dying at 60, really. I mean, that happens, but...
The amount of punishment those guys put through.
Yeah.
Like, on top of those guys from ECW.
I mean, wrestlers have a short shelf
Yeah.
life, and
Well, even like
all the abuse they take to their heart. And
well, they even like they like showed like in the promos like all the cuts over his body from like all his injuries.
yeah, here we go. Sabu rose to fame while wrestling for Extreme Championship Wrestling in the 1990s, where he was a pioneer of hardcore wrestling, leaping from chairs and driving his opponents through tables and even barbed wire. Taking after his uncle, Hall of Famer Ed the Sheik Farhat, WWE wrote, as a part of ECW, Sabu wrestled contemporaries like Rob Van Dam, Mick Foley, and Taz. An company known for pushing the envelope in terms of the risk wrestlers were willing to take, Sabu still managed to stand out.
He wasn't Mick Foley in ECW. He was Cactus Jack.
Yeah. Let's get that
Get
straight,
straight, yeah.
people. Whether he was leaping off the ring ropes to his opponents on the outside or delivering double leg drops through tables and ladders, his style of wrestling, not always pretty, but certainly impressive and eye-catching, made him a fan favorite. He signed with WWE as part of the company's revival of ECW brand in 2006. The next year, at WrestleMania 23, he and fellow ECW originals Van Dam, Tommy Dreamer, and the Sandman defeated the New Breed in front of 80,000 fans in Detroit. He departed the company that same year. Both before and after WWE, Sabu wrestled for top promotions across the globe, including New Japan Wrestling, AAA, and CMLL, as well as dozens of other independent promotions. He continued wrestling long after many of his contemporaries had already retired. His final match had, and first since 2021, according to Cage Match, was April 18th when he defeated Joey Janela. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that was him.
Yep.
Getting driven through a table and landing on barbed wire in the process. Janela called Sabu my idol, a trailblazer, a game changer, and an icon, and a memorial post on X that featured photos and videos of he and Sabu. Okay. Well, very sad that we are without Sabu.
Yeah, like I said, that's just, wrestling was part of our childhood.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, that's sort of the legend of ECW and like Sabu, Taz, Rob Van Dam, all those guys.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
It's always really
Tommy
close
Dreamer,
to,
Raven,
Yeah.
all those guys.
Yeah.
All right. So this next one comes from Variety.com. Joe Don Baker, walking tall star and James Bond regular, dies at 89. Look at that. What a stud. Rocking that button-up shirt,
Wish
just
they'd-
like you were at that concert.
Wish they'd have picked a slightly better picture of him there. But
Right? Joe Don Baker, an imposing actor who left his mark on action films, westerns, and James Bond adventures, has died at 89. An obituary for the actor reveals he died on May 7th and is survived by a small group of friends. Boy, that's, he didn't have any family. That's probably what my obituary will say. Survived by a small group of friends and that fucker Robzilla.
he's going to outlive you. He's going to do it.
Yeah.
He's going to be that old guy in the retirement home in the wheelchair. all my friends are dead and they all loved me.
No one picks on me anymore. This is great.
It's depressing. I'd rather be dead.
You know, you don't have to talk in that voice. That's reserved for us. You just speak.
I do what I want.
Then the people at the retirement was like, yeah, we get it, old man. Go clean out the trash.
Like, shut
Yeah.
the fuck up and die.
Somebody will that fucker back to his room and lock the door this time.
Okay.
Baker was born on February 12th, 1936, and spent his early life in Texas attending Groesbeck High School and North Texas State College. After serving for 2 years in the U.S. Army, Baker traveled to New York City to pursue a career in theater. He eventually began a career in television with a small part in the 1965 Western Iron Horse, and soon started appearing in films with an uncredited start in 1967's Cool Hand Luke. His most famous role was that of wrestler-turned-sheriff Buford Pusser in the 1973 film Walking Tall, also remade by The Rock. Baker appeared in scores of projects as a character actor, including 3 different Bond films, 1987's The Living Daylights, 1995's The Golden Eye. I don't remember him in Golden Eye. And 1997's Tomorrow Never Dies. Don't remember him in that either. And box office hits including 1984's The Natural, 1985's Fletch, and Martin Scorsese's 1991 Cape Fear remake.
Yeah, he's I can't remember if he plays Felix Leiter or not, but he's like James Bond's CIA guy.
Okay.
He's the one who keeps calling him Jimbo.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Jimbo.
Yep, he was the guy driving the bug.
Little car.
Yeah. Yep. And he's like hitting it with a wrench. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely
That's kinda-
remember him now.
That's like the first movie I probably remember him being in was Goldeneye.
Okay. Other film roles include Reality Bites, Mars Attacks, and the TV movie Poodle Springs. On TV, he appeared in the miniseries Edge of Darkness, had a reoccurring role in the series In the Heat of the Night. That's one of my grandmother's favorite shows. On the series iKid, is that how you say that?
I don't know.
Yeah, it
That's
got
one
me.
on me.
Yeah. And guest starred on shows including Gunsmoke and Lancer. Baker retired in 2012. His work in the ensemble cast of his final film, 2012's Mud, was awarded the Robert Altman Award at the Independent Spirit Awards.
Still need to see that one. That was sort of when McConaughey was making
I remember people saying, that was a good movie, but never got around to it. Baker's one marriage was to Marlo Baker in 1969 and lasted 11 years, but produced no children. Per the obituary, Baker is survived by relations in his native Groesbeck, who will forever cherish his memory. He is mourned by a small but very close circle of friends who will miss him eternally. Oh, that's what I once said one day. They'll miss me eternally. A funeral will be held May 20th in Mission Hills, California. All right. So sad, man.
Yeah, he's just one of those character actors, like all through his career.
It's one of those guys when you're like,
It's like, oh yeah,
you do the
Good old
Leo.
Peter's in here. Yeah.
Up.
Yeah.
That's him.
I'm trying to look up that TV show. There's iSheed.
Yeah, it's a weird.
Yeah.
Never seen it before.
iShied something is an American crime drama television series that aired on NBC from September 12th, 1979 to July 1st, 1980. It was based on the starring character from the 1978 miniseries To Kill a Cop, which was based on the 1976 novel by Robert Daley. So there you go.
Good for them. All right, we're going to move along here because we've got to keep going. We've got a jam-packed show, obviously. All right. This next one comes from HollywoodReporter.com. Hey, I saw this and I was like, is this an Onion article?
You really think it is?
Yeah, I mean, this is how crazy shit has gotten. You just can't tell what's satire and what isn't. Department of Homeland Security considering pitch for U.S. citizenship competition reality show. Like, wow, if this ain't some Running Man shit.
Exactly what
I
it is.
love the producer's name.
The idea from reality TV veteran Rob Warsoff
Yeah, we're worse off. Yeah.
would see immigrants compete in stereotypically American activities like collecting gold from mine in
love
San
that one.
Francisco or assembling a Model T in Detroit. And do you think I guess people are going to do this because they're desperate and they want to stay here. God, look at her. She just looks You see the way she looked before, and you see now, and you're like,
She just used to look like a normal,
yeah, and
mom or something, you know.
like these women, they're starting to look like the android from Megan.
Yeah.
Like they look fake, you know, like these perfectly chiseled, smooth cheeks, and the lips look fake now, and the eyelashes.
The Daily Show used to have that like montage of like Fox News reporters. They were all like blonde and hot.
Yeah.
And they're just like they all look the same. That's kind of what she's doing, except she's got the dark hair.
Yeah, I mean that hair. That's got to be extensions too, right?
Looks like it.
What's the one of the senators or Congress people when she was testifying recently said thank you for taking time away from playing dress up or whatever
and all of your photo ops. And like, why does she need to wear like the ice shield and the hat? Like, she's not an ICE officer. Right. It's all a joke, man. The Department of Homeland Security is considering a reality TV show pitch from a Duck Dynasty producer that would focus on U.S. citizenship.
Another fake show.
Yeah. The show, called The American, would put immigrants through a series of challenges as they compete for U.S. citizenship. It's being pitched by reality TV veteran Rob Warsoff, Duck Dynasty, the millionaire matchmaker, as he confirmed on his Facebook page on Friday. It's not mean-spirited. You think?
Right.
You think?
Is there any reality show that isn't mean-spirited in a way?
It sounds like the definition of being mean-spirited. Instead, The American is a celebration of what it means to be, well, American. At a time when our morale is at an all-time low, Warsoff said. Go ahead and make it. See what happens.
Let's just make it more.
Your challenge this week is to navigate the American healthcare industry.
Like, I've got a better idea. Like, why don't we keep the same reality show called The American, but instead of it being, about people trying to earn their citizenship, let's show people how terrible of a citizen they really are.
Yeah, right.
Like, do you know who the first president of the United States was? Do you know who freed the slaves? Do you know, how Abraham Lincoln was assassinated?
Do you know how many homeless people you drive by every day?
And
don't bother to look at.
Do you know what the Constitution actually says? Like, that should all be like, could you imagine like people being like on a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Constitution is the Bible.
Like, you get a phone call and they're like, hold on, let me call Jeff. Jeff, can we deport illegals without any due process?
Come on, Jeff. You're the only one I know with a higher than 6th grade reading education.
Yes, you can. You can. Absolutely. The president's doing it right now. Oh, sir, I hate to tell you, but you just wasted your phone a friend.
To quote my Lord and Savior, Donald Trump, I'm going to have to ask my lawyer.
And they could have like where people could call Donald Trump and asking for advice. Donald Trump would totally.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he'd be in it. Like, well, let me see. Really, they can't do that. And then that would be the rest of the show because he would, go on a tangent. Right. The weave would start going in and out.
Yeah. Instead of a lightning round, you've made it to the weave.
You'd hear about the handsome princess that he just wined and dined with, and
they're so sweet. They get in the airplane, guys. You see that?
Is it Qatar or is it Qatar? Because I've heard it both ways.
I've heard mostly Qatar.
I always thought it was Qatar.
I've heard people say Qatar all week, and it is bugging the shit out of me. Like, is this some Mandela effect shit going on? Because I've always heard Qatar.
You're in a fucking parallel universe like with me, buddy. I don't know where the hell I'm at.
But yeah, that's another thing that's going on. They're gifting the president a $400 million air palace.
Don't forget, we got the Statue of Liberty from France.
And they said it's going to be billions of dollars to
retrofit
it to be Air Force One, because they have to put all this like anti-magnetic shit in there, and then weapons for defense, stuff like that. I mean, it's insane.
If I was the director, I'm like, yeah, we did all that. We didn't do none of that shit.
I get it. They need a new plane. It's 40 years old, but are we sure we really want to put a Boeing?
Don't you remember? Like, that was Trump's big thing. His first term. I made a deal for Air Force One. Obama was going to let it be billions of dollars, but I cut it in half.
Yeah. And it still didn't get made.
Right. Thanks, Boeing.
In a statement to Hollywood Reporter, Department of Homeland Security Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs, Tricia McLaughlin, confirmed that the show was being reviewed. The Department of Homeland Security receives hundreds of television show pitches a year, ranging from documentaries surrounding ICE and CBP border operation to white-collar investigations by HSI, McLaughlin said. Each proposal undergoes a thorough vetting process prior to denial or approval. McLaughlin said the American was in the beginning stages of that vetting process and has not received approval or denial by staff. The Daily Mail was the first report to report the news. The Daily Mail reported that Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem was pushing the project, which McLaughlin in her statement denied. That's usually your first sign that she was, in fact, pushing it. In a Facebook post, Warsaw said he hadn't spoken to Noem yet, but added that he has been working with some of her colleagues at the DHS. He also suggested that he had pitched the show during former President Barack Obama and President Joe Biden's administrations. It was never a flat-out no from any admin. It was always just about timing, he said.
Yeah.
Timing for when somebody would say yes to me would get into office.
Yeah, that sounds about
So,
right.
yeah, they did say no to you, dude.
Somebody who would willingly be on my show.
Warsaw, an immigrant from Canada, also confirmed to the Wall Street Journal that the program would be a competition show where citizens compete in stereotypically Americans' activities like collecting gold from a mine in San Francisco or assembling a Model T in Detroit. Under the Trump administration, the Department of Homeland Security has spent millions on television and radio commercials featuring Noem, telling immigrants who are in the country illegally to leave now. Warsaw emphasized in his Facebook post that he wanted his show to send a positive message. He stressed that, per his pitch, any backwards movement in the show's competition would not affect the immigrants' citizenship process in real life. He wrote on Facebook that he wanted the series to be a heartfelt series with tears of joy and fun, loud American challenges, be they mental or physical.
You think like the season finale would be like an immigrant family like running up and like hugging Donald Trump, like,
Yeah.
congratulations, you're an American now.
Congratulations, you're still getting deported.
Well, welcome to America. You don't get the Donald Trump card because you didn't spend $5 million.
Who wants to be an American?
Just make sure you vote for me next time.
Yes.
We're gonna put you down in a coal mine for the next 6 months. You have to avoid black lung.
It's like, can I just
True American activity.
You know, that's what they would do. They'd round up a bunch of Mexican people in like West Virginia or Kentucky. Like, you're going to go down to the coal mine for this episode. Okay. See?
This stuff really is just so nuts. It's almost hard to laugh at because you're like, for real?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, meanwhile, we've got an out of control healthcare system. The wage gap has never been higher. I mean, it's at a higher point than it was in the French Revolution. So we're talking like world breaking numbers here that aren't good. And we're worried about a reality TV show.
Yeah.
And come on, folks. You voted this guy to fix some issues here in America, and they're not fixing anything.
No.
They're there to make money. That's all it is. It's a money making
billionaires
scheme.
to make money, not you.
Yeah,
You
not
poor.
us. Yeah. I tell you what, I've never made more money than I have in my life, but yet I feel like I haven't moved anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I'm still in the same, habits and I wouldn't say habits because I don't go out and drink. I don't party. I sit at home and I watch
The
movies.
problem is you don't pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Right.
Every person who ever says that can get fucked.
You need to be asking Robzilla for a job application.
I really should. If I had the time, if I wasn't in school right now, I would do it. And coaching baseball and doing this and running a small part-time business.
Well, you need to forget all that.
Yeah.
So you got 5 jobs. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't work 70 hours a week.
But they're more enjoyable though.
I'm waiting for a reporter to ask Donald about this because as soon as Donald hears about it, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm on."
That's a
board."
great idea.
100%.
You ever notice he's got that like old guy amazement? Like now, whenever he talks about something, he's like, "Well, yeah," he's got to go off on it.
Like, do you know the moon comes out at night? Really?
I love that old clip where they tell him like somebody died or whatever. He's like, "Wow, you're telling me this now? I'm just hearing it for the first time."
So he's been dead for 4 years.
That's news to me. I love his new thing is I don't know. Ask the people that are handling that.
Yeah.
But you're the guy that oversees the people handling that. You should have a clue.
I like the one where he just says, well, I just do what the lawyers tell me. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
So who really is running the country?
The people that he's hired.
Exactly.
I mean, he's just there. The only reason why he ran again was to get, off the charges off.
That's all it is.
I mean, nobody is gonna sentence us, a president-elect or a sitting president to jail. Like you just can't do it because he'll just write the pardon for himself. So it is what it is.
Fucking pig.
But yeah, he's just there to make money, and he was there to get rid of all these, if you want to call him bullshit, going after him. I mean, when you break the law that bad, somebody's going to go after you at some point. But it does seem like a waste of time because, I mean, who wasn't going to? It's like when Nixon broke the law. Was it Ford that was after him? Mm-hmm. Ford wasn't going to, he thought it was too much damage to the country to put a former president in office. So it just wasn't going to happen. They really fucked up going after him like that. I thought just let it be, move on.
Well, I said it at the time too. Like, if you're going to do all that, you better find him guilty.
Yeah.
Don't let him slip through your fingers and then be like, oh, well, look how mastermind he is.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
No, exactly.
He's stupid.
So we've got one last thing here for crazy news, and we've got another whistleblower. Can you believe it?
What?
Another whistleblower.
Blow the whistle.
This is the pink salt recipe that took me from 179 to 126.
First, after this pink salt commercial.
You know what the best part is? It's natural, easy, has no side effects, and takes less than a minute.
We can skip.
We live in the Matrix.
I knew it.
Much more boring than the movie.
I also knew that too.
Yeah.
The whistleblower who says he stumbled upon a top secret UFO program collecting UFO images and videos from classified military servers is revealing some of what he saw for the very first time. In an interview with investigative journalist Jeremy Corbell on his Weaponized podcast, former U.S. National Security official Matthew Brown describes but does not provide several videos that he says were gathered by the program called.
And that's another thing I'm getting tired of. These guys that are all just telling us, yeah, this shit exists, but you didn't get any proof of it. Like, you're already breaking your oath coming out and telling us this shit, and you're a whistleblower. Like, come on, man, you gotta give me a picture or something.
Could you imagine, like, if Edward Snowden had just told people what was going on? Like,
yeah.
there's mass government space. Like, yeah, sure, Ed, whatever.
Yeah.
Called Immaculate Constellation. Brown claims that one video in particular stood out to him. He says he saw video of a UFO that looked like a large disc flying over what appears to be an ocean. He says it looked playful.
They're here to fuck us.
Yeah, what appears to be an ocean. So you don't have any info about what info was, where's the data that goes along with this picture? Like, it was in the Indian Ocean. It was taken from this, like, we don't know any of this stuff. Like a true trust me bro movement here.
Flying between the clouds and appeared startled at one point as if it knew it had been caught on video.
What do you mean it looks startled? What does that mean?
It's just looking at an area over the ocean is what it appears. And this thing just comes trundling along from like underneath the cloud cover, comes up. And then right when it's like almost center frame, it scoots off to the side and like tries to get out of,
like, it comes into us early and going, oops, somebody spotted me. I can get out of here.
Exactly. It was visibly, that's the feeling it had.
Brown says he doesn't know what that UFO is, whether it is actually a UFO or one of our own or one of our adversaries or just something not of this world. So yes, we still don't know what these UFOs are or where they come from. But at the end of the podcast, Brown proposed his own theory. He claimed the government knows and is hiding it from the public, leaving, quote, normal people behind.
You're not included in that, Rob.
Do you think there's like Alien Sleazy and Alien Robzilla up there? And Alien Sleazy is yelling at Alien Robzilla like, damn it, Rob, you got us on camera again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Or, I don't know.
Imbecile.
I don't know what kind of cough an Alien Robzilla would make.
Some kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's like the most annoying noise in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, it's actually inaudible to human ears.
Yeah.
Think they live here?
Yes.
For all intents and purposes?
Yes.
Always?
I don't know about always, but it certainly appears that they have been here for most of recorded history. I think they're both just as powerful as we think, but also less. And I think there is not a single they here. Certainly multiple factions of the same species, if not multiple species.
There's a bombshell, as some people like to say, multiple species. And then you just had Eric Davis. He's like some physicist or something that's worked for the government all these years. He was in on that. I was telling PBS about it. They had a little session where people testified to certain members of Congress, but they live streamed it or whatever. And he was like, Eric Davis is kind of like a goofy character to begin with, but he was like, oh yeah, there's 4 species, reptilians and grays and Nordics. And it was just like, okay, dude.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know about you, but I, for one, am convinced by Timu Mulder that they are here. I want to believe.
All right, joining us now is investigative journalist and co-host of the Weaponized podcast.
And by the way, you can catch, this was a 3-part interview on Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp's podcast, Weaponized. If you want to watch the whole interview, I watched it all. I mean, I find the guy believable, but it's like, I need to see something, dude.
Of course.
And I need to see more than the 10-second clips that they're letting out for it. Like, they're just giving us enough. This little trickle.
Robzilla says he's tired of the foreplay. He wants to get down to business.
That's right.
Yeah. Take the brawl off and show me them big old UFO titties.
Right.
That's what I want to see right now. UFO titties.
Show me them alien titties.
Right now, we've got, they're down to the undergarments, and they're just showing us enough to get us excited. It's like, come on.
Take it off.
You fucking teases.
Yeah. Take it off.
Take it off.
Podcast, Jeremy Corbell. Jeremy, first of all, did you see these videos yourself, or is he just describing them to you?
Hey, I got to say something about Jeremy Corbell. Like, I think Jeremy's a cool dude, and obviously they know more than what they're allowed to say right now. But every time he does a fucking interview, he's got to sit in front of this fucking safe.
I was going to say, what's he doing with his gun safe back there?
In the
It's always
typewriter.
dramatic to it.
Yeah. He's got to make everything like so like cinematically dramatic.
Jeremy, how's the weather? Well, it's rough out there today.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Well, and like he puts this safe, like, let's just tell the government where I'm keeping all of this stuff that I'm not allowed to have, like the big gun safe behind me.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, actually, very interesting. A lot of people have seen these videos within the intelligence community. You have to remember that Matthew Brown is a whistleblower, and he's talking about IMCON, Immaculate Constellation, which is the first thing that he got exposed to. However, I can tell you that with my investigations with George Knapp, over the last decade, we've been exposed to a lot of military film footage where we have seen some of the footage that Matthew describes. That wasn't in the IMCON or Immaculate Constellation report. This is footage that can be seen on some of the classified servers by anybody who has that access. Now, separate from that, people have leaked footage to me and George Knapp. That is not the case with Matthew Brown, but we were able to hear what he said and know that some of that footage does exist because I and George Knapp, we both have been exposed to some of it.
All right, so for example, the footage that he described showing a disc that appeared playful with the clouds and then startled to be caught on camera. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have seen that.
And is it as he describes?
It is. I've seen it a long time ago, way before I ever met Matthew, and that is a piece of footage that within the intelligence community, if they have access to the servers, is kind of famous at this point. Now, does that get out to the public? Remember, this is something where, as journalists, we can't solicit, but over the years, as I said, George Knapp and I have been exposed to a whole lot of footage, most of which we've never deemed able to put out for security reasons.
We've seen so many.
For security reasons. If I put this video out, they might kill me.
Well, guess what?
I think you're too
Might
high.
take one for the team.
Yeah, for real. I'm sick of it, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Hate to see you go, Jeremy, but you got to take the bullet.
Show me them big ass UFO titties. That's what I want to see right now.
Well, we think that you're not right. We've been ready.
That's an old term. I just made that up, actually. Which is it? Is it an old term or did you make it up?
Many of these videos where we're not really sure what we're looking at, but he claims to you that the government knows exactly what we're looking at and is just not telling us.
I believe the government does know what they have, that these people have stumbled across. I think there's something here, and they know, but they won't tell. So, for whatever reason.
I'll believe it when Donald Trump comes on my TV. Of course, there's aliens.
He's
I've
pretty.
met them.
He's pretty like touchy on that subject. Like he went from like I don't believe it to you wouldn't believe these young handsome pilots. They've been to the White House. You ever notice it's like a struggle for him to talk now? They've been to the White House.
He's like so gross when he talks. He
really is. It's like
it's just like he's such a fucking.
That's what I imagine. Like if Jabba the Hutt could speak English, that's what he would sound like.
That's about right.
And you wouldn't believe it. These absolute gorgeous pilots. I mean, they literally look like Hitler's offspring.
I've seen them. I've seen them movies. I've watched them play volleyball, beach volleyball. I love it.
You mean Top Gun, sir? Yes.
You know, I don't believe it, but
We've all seen the movie.
these pilots, they've told me they've seen things up in the sky chasing them, and I don't know.
I took a meeting with President Bill Pullman himself and awarded that crazy pilot, Randy Quaid, a posthumous Medal of Honor.
And he's always got his bottom jaw like tucked out, like, well, if the aliens did attack us like Independence Day, I would get in an F-18 and put an end to it. They wouldn't stand a chance. Okay.
Most certainly, and we need to kind of separate these differences. Where in the part of the interview you showed towards the end, we're asking Matthew Brown to give us his kind of conclusions, his personal opinions. There's one side of reporting where we just go through the facts of what he was exposed to. The other side, we're asking him to tell us his opinions on that, and that's made very clear in the interview. However,
He did the Rob karate chop there. Did you see that?
Matthew Brown was exposed to the reality of UAP in official capacity. He was also directly exposed to elements of the UAP cover-up, including even to Congress. He is a first-hand direct whistleblower to these facts. He did pre-publication. He testified behind closed doors. He has done everything right. He is exemplary. He is a patriot.
What do you make?
And that's another problem I have. Like, if these guys, and they say that there's like 10 more whistleblowers lined up ready to go, and the majority of these people have testified behind closed doors, well, why? Where's the congressman at sounding the alarm for this, Yeah. Like, is it really that big of a deal that they can't talk about something of this nature? Like I've heard a couple of people say, like, oh, yeah, we've had him in to talk, but they all keep saying we need to be in a skiff. We need to be in a skiff to hear more. They can't tell us it. Well, why the fuck not? If you're testifying to Congress, why can't you say it in there? Why do you need a skiff?
Do you think we could get Robzilla hired on at one of these military installations to clean up the trash cans? And he can kind of like just sift through the...
Trust me. Hey, I would go out and say, I'm like, you know what? I'll be dead tomorrow, but you know what?
Whistleblower Robert Zilla.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell the
testifying
truth.
before Congress today.
Well, and that's another thing. Like, where's all these employees at for like Lockheed? I mean, I guess they're all terrified that they're going to get killed or something. So... who knows? But let's see what else this interview's got. This is a long interview.
Make of that claim he made at the end of the clip we just played, where he thinks whatever this sentient life is, that it lives here, that it's been here for a long time.
Yeah, the idea that the UAP phenomenon is from somewhere else has always been the writing prevailing theory, but there is also a tandem theory that has been with us for decades, which is that there's got to be some sort of launch and land location here on Earth, as if they live or have a base here on Earth. Now, they could have come from somewhere far away before, but there are indications, as you see from a lot of the footage that George Knapp and I obtained and released, there's a lot of places where the activity is high, which would indicate that there is some sort of base here on Earth.
Where?
Great question. Don't know, but we know there are hot spots. So
if I knew, I'd tell you, sweetie.
Across the globe, but we have been reporting a whole bunch on a hot spot just off the coast of California.
Yeah, I see.
Did you like that smile? Even out of California.
I don't know if it's because we've got a lot of naval aircraft carriers and ships and pilots who've been out over the Pacific and who have taken these videos, these strange videos. That does seem to be where we see a lot of these things, or at least, things that people think are unusual could be completely normal and explainable, but we just don't know yet.
No, they're not completely normal. They're not
Okay.
explainable. That's why they get sent to George Knapp and myself. And we have done maybe 12, 13 of these out to the public so people could see. The reason you get more of them in those areas because there's more hardware, there's more cameras, we have better sensor systems, we have ability to do thermal, infrared. So we're seeing an influx because our capture capabilities and technology is evolving, and that's why we're capturing more of them.
So, Jeremy, what do you say to the skeptics out there who say folks like Jeremy Corbell are looking for a conspiracy?
This one's for you, Kyle.
When there's nothing there, that you're just creating a conspiracy out of nothing.
Well, that's verifiably false. It would take way more than me to create something like the UFO phenomenon. That's a really cute kind of theory. But ultimately, what I'm doing is I'm reporting things as we learn them. And what we've learned is pretty darned extraordinary. And I'm really consensus reality needs to catch up with actual reality. That's the aim here. We're in a data-rich environment. We can't have a data-poor perspective.
Absolutely. Jeremy Corbell, great to have you on as always.
I like that. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We're in a room filled with tons of beautiful women that won't take their clothes off, that all want to get, have a moment with us, but they won't show us those UFO titties.
I like this analogy. I like it.
It's pretty spot on, isn't it?
I like it. Didn't we have it? I forgot. Didn't we use an analogy like that one of the other times?
I wouldn't put it past us. I mean, honestly.
But yeah, I like it. I think this is exactly how I feel about all this UFO stuff. Like,
I'm kind of fucking sick about it. You know what I mean? Like, and you know me, I love it. It's entertainment to me. But I'm to the point now where I'm like, somebody's got to pull some files out of there, and I get it that these things are elusive and they avoid us,
but somebody's got to pop them out.
Yeah, I mean, somebody from Lockheed, come on. Show us the picture.
Just get the information to someone on their deathbed, like, yeah, I'm dying tomorrow, so here, I'm just going to everybody.
Well, we've had that. The one dude from Roswell came out and said that, they bullied him into saying it was a weather balloon.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Did you see where they said the Go Fast video was a balloon? And I'm like, really? Really? That thing's moving all over the place. Like, it's not a balloon. Come on, folks. But yeah, that's all we have for crazy news. But
swamp gas.
Yeah, and there's a point where at the end of that interview, they ask him, like, what do you want to get out, if you die? And he's pretty much, that's when he says the Matrix quote. And he's like, we have freedom of speech, but everything is, it's in a different type of reality. And he was like, and God is real. That's how he closed it. God is real. But it's like, it doesn't sound like it's a Christian type thing or anything like that. But he's saying that there's a being there of some sort that kind of controls everything. But that's possible, I guess.
Do you think the Wachowskis just facepalm anytime somebody brings up the Matrix anymore? Like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
We should have made that fucking film.
Maybe the Wachowskis are aliens and they've been walking among us all these years. And they're trying to slowly, what do they call that? Condition us to the possibility that there is other things. I don't know.
Show us what's behind the curtain.
I love this stuff. I'm very interested in it, but I'm so fucking sick of this.
Yeah.
The trust me, bro shit. And I get it. They're probably sick of it too. And I get that this stuff takes time. But at some point we've got to have a smoking gun of some form that, whether it's, 20 people coming out isn't going to do it, because we're at that point now and nobody believes this shit.
Look, all I'm asking for is just one of these guys to steal one of these flying saucers and park it in my front yard.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking for.
Listen, I'm not asking to see both UFO titties. I mean, just pop the nipple out for me and pop it back in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good enough for me.
Quick flash.
Yeah, a quick flash.
Yeah.
Just give me a quick flash,
Some of that good old HBO brief nudity. Just the brief nudity is fine.
Some brief UFO nudity. That's what we need. Okay, so we're going to move on to the Robzilla Tubi pick of the week. What do you got for us, bro?
This week, I have...
Did you put it in?
Yeah, it's in there.
Where's it at?
Under Tubi pick of the week.
Is it in there?
Yep. I put it in there when I got here.
Okay, I see a reply. All right, we're going to Letterbox. Okay, let me sign in real quick. Born Invincible?
1978.
And this is on Tubi, right?
Yes, it is.
You want me to take care of this?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
I know you don't like reading stuff off. It's not.
No, you can't.
Whenever I see those, like, hi, this is Glenn from the Awesome Village podcast. I'm like, that is Robzilla's cousin from an alternate reality. Like, they both have, like, the wide eye and speaking in that monotone voice. Okay. Born Invincible, 1978. A very arrogant, white-haired Tai Chi martial artist. Man, you've lost me already, Rob. And two of his cronies wreaks havoc in small village, terrorizing people and their families. 3 local heroes team up to defeat the villainous 3, but they have to find a secret weak point, which the Thai master can choose and change at will. Oh, what a fucking dance this sounds like.
It is a dance.
Look at the photo or the poster for this. This guy looks like he's like he has an upset stomach.
Well, he does like the stance when he gets into that stance, and it's like those like little whistles that goes boop.
Oh, yeah.
That sound. So it like he's centering
Those old
his chi,
70s sound effects.
and like they can throw swords and shit at him, and it doesn't hurt him. It's like his body's steel.
Oh man, look at you. You have been picking some movies that have good ratings for these Tubi picks. I'll say that. So you gave it 3 out of 5 stars.
It's if you are a lover of like old school 70s kung fu movies, this is up your alley. And plus the main the villain, the white-haired Tai Chi, his name is Carter Wong. So he's been in tons and tons of kung fu movies, but you might recognize him. He plays Thunder in Big Trouble Little China.
Okay.
So he's the one who swells up and starts screaming and gets bigger.
What was his name again?
Carter. Well, his American name is Carter Wong, but it's in the.
It's funny. It says
I looked it up.
It's if you hover over the name on Letterboxd, it says
Carter.
Ti Wu Ching.
Yeah,
Ti
Carter
Wu Ching.
Wong Ching Ti, I guess. But I looked it up. It's
Coyote.
It's Carter Wong. They make it more English.
Carter Wong Chayata.
Well, just
Chiata.
just like the guy from Train to Busan, Don Lee. I mean, he has a completely different name, but Don Lee's like an American name.
Listen to this name, Chan Pui Ling.
It's pretty amusing though.
Yeah,
but it's so
not
weird.
their names, but
it was so weird when they say, "Well, he's the Tai Chi master," but like I guess all the other Tai Chi movies predicted like it's a very Zen style, but this is a very hard style.
Robzilla is the Lai Chi master.
The Lai Chi master.
He can lie out of any situation.
Lai Chi master.
But like I said, if you're a lover of like old school 70s kung fu movies, you'll love it.
I did put the trailer in the comments there.
Oh, okay.
I always forget to do that.
Yeah. We'll watch that trailer real quick. So you're recommending this as your?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Did you comment it underneath this?
I think I
BBS?
got it in the right one for a change. Yeah.
Well, it's so weird because like we're on 208, but then like 207's first, then 204, and then it goes to 208.
Yeah, dude, they're totally jacking our system up. We might have to move this to another platform.
Yeah.
Make like a little private thing in our Discord thing. Okay.
Zuckerberg, you piece of shit.
He really is, dude.
Mr. Zuckfuck.
He's such a fucking poser anymore now. Like
with this fucking chain on Joe Rogan.
Like this
he knows what
is
he's talking about.
This is the same guy. That curly hair too. Like, what are we doing?
He does MMA. Who fucking cares? He's still a loser. Can't stand that dude.
There's Kyle Forson's pick. Okay.
How?
Oh, I just said your whole name on it.
Oh no!
How? I grew up on this as a kid.
Oh man, you know this is hardcore. Born Invincible.
So the training's so tough that their hair turns white and their voice goes up higher.
Really?
They gotta start training when they're like 3.
The flip sound. That's awesome.
Yeah.
This might be worth a watch.
See that every time he does that, it does that. But it's dubbed on Tubi, though, so. It's a long ass trailer.
Yeah, I'm officially done with this trailer. I've seen
I think
enough.
we've gotten everything out of it. We're going to get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
At least for all the people listening and not watching, there was plenty of sword swishes and hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like back in the day, people were like, the fucking sound effects, they're great.
Yeah.
You got to watch this movie.
Back in the day.
You watch this movie for one thing. It's got to be for the flipping sound effects.
Yeah.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Never gets old.
I got to wonder if like people watch that over in, because what is it? Is that a Japanese or Chinese movie? Like,
I think that's more Chinese.
yeah. I wonder if they watch that and they're like, we don't sound like that.
Right.
What is going on here?
Super Americans.
Also, the title "Born Invincible" will be the title of the movie about Donald Trump's assassination.
Yeah.
He also did a backflip and did a hi-ya out of the way of that bullet.
He caught it with his teeth and spat it out.
He magically healed his ear.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna move on to Whatchu Watchin. So, PBS, come on.
Jeez.
I know normally I do Rob first, but I think we'll do him last. You know.
All right, let me run through a couple here. One, I watched a show on BBC, or it's on BritBox on my Amazon Prime. Where the heck did it go? Called Ludwig, which is about this guy. It stars David Mitchell. You might not know his name, but you probably recognize his face if you saw him. He's a British comedian. Excuse me. And he's got his twin brother, and his twin brother is a police officer, and he is just like, he's a puzzle setter. So he makes all those like crossword puzzles and all those like newspapers and this little book of puzzles. And his sort of pseudonym is Ludwig, that he makes all those puzzles under. But his twin brother, who's a cop, goes missing, and the wife calls him and says, "Hey, he's gone missing. I need you to go impersonate him as a police officer." So
is this it right here?
Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
Yeah, like see, if you've probably seen his face before, and so he's got to go. You know, obviously, he lives alone. He's kind of an introverted person, so he doesn't really want to go. Like, I can't go pretend to be my brother and do this. So it's just like a nice sort of a murder mystery kind of show, and he's solving the murders, and he's also trying to not get caught and all that. It's only 6 episodes, and I think they say it's going to get a second season. But it's just nice, you know. I like me a good murder show, a little cozy murder.
Everyone loves a little cozy murder.
It's like watching the Murder, She Wrote. Like, oh yeah, I'm just going to tune into my favorite show where somebody gets murdered every week. No biggie. And I've also been Monk has been one of my shows lately. It's sort of just like when I need a show to just turn on, I'm like, I'm going to turn on an episode of Monk and just kind of zone out. And
yeah, that's always nice.
See what happens. Let's see what I've been watching here. So let me go back.
Take your time, sir.
Where did we go here? See, we talked about that. Talked about Black Mirror episodes. I finally got around to watching Conclave.
Conclave was good.
I liked Conclave. I think it was on Amazon Prime.
I mean, how odd is it that movie came out the same year that a pope dies? You know, or in the same time frame.
Came out last year, but it just started streaming like.
They said
maybe like the week of.
They said Cardinals were watching that to get ready for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like you people don't know how this routine works. Like they don't educate you.
So that's like Ray Fiennes. I forget what his position in the movie is, but he's basically like the guy in charge of running the conclave.
Yeah.
And the old Pope has died, and the old Pope sets some stuff in action with people he knew would be vying for the cardinals would be vying for the new Pope. So it's not quite a thriller, but in its way it kind of is. And Ray Fiennes is trying to figure all this out and go through this. So I was really into that. I got around to watching Companion.
Companion was decent.
Which is
I feel like if you're gonna watch Companion though, like don't read about it, don't watch any of the trailers, just go in and watch it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like it kind of depends. Like I think if you're like a movie person, you'll kind of figure it out pretty quick. But you know, we're always looking for that stuff.
Yeah.
So that one is what's that one? What's his name there, Rob? Jack Quaid.
Yeah, there you go.
Jack Quaid and Sophie Thatcher. They go spend they're a couple, and they go spend some time in a friend's cabin, not really a cabin, but their lake house.
Yeah.
And things go awry.
Their friend that happens to be a Russian mafia person or something. They don't really tell you what it is, but.
And yeah, I ended up giving that a 3.5. I was, gosh.
Yeah, drink that water in front of you, sir.
It's going to me. I think my biggest problem with it, not to be too spoilery, is that I kind of was just thinking I'd rather just watch Ex Machina again.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was good. I gave it 3.5. Good to go.
It had some moments.
Yeah, it was good. Nice sort of horror tinged kind of, sci-fi movie with some good gore and all that. Watched The Accountant, the first one. Don't tell hot sauce. I ended up giving that one a 3.5 as well. Just a good Ben Affleck doing his thing. Sort of a nice.
It's a good movie. It's
almost kind of throwback, kind of action movie in a way.
It felt like a '90s action movie for sure.
Yeah.
I really want to go see the second one, but I think it's going to be one of those. I'm going to wait till it streams.
I've heard some people say it's not as good, and I've heard some people say they liked it more.
Okay.
There is with part 2 coming out now. There's a little bit of a twist in the first one. That since you know something about part 2, you'll probably know that it's coming anyway.
Yeah.
And that was maybe one of the things I didn't like about it. I thought the twist was a little dumb or unnecessary, but it was all right. I watched The Order, which is Jude Law.
Oh, yeah.
And who's the other guy? Nicholas Holt's in it. And is that Ty Sheridan? I think. And Jude Law is a FBI officer, and he like an experienced guy, like the veteran, and he goes out to the Pacific Northwest, and he ends up getting involved with the Klan guys, the neo-Nazis out there, led by Nicholas Holt. I think it's based off of a true story. There was like a HBO series about it back in the 90s or something, and I was really into that one. I give that one a 3.5. I liked. The History Channel back in the day used to have this documentary about like the Ku Klux Klan and neo-Nazis. I don't know if I watched that thing like 100 times or not, but I think this part of the story that this was based off of was in that documentary years ago. So part of the story felt familiar. Reading about the movie like last year, I was wondering if it was going to be a little more true detective-y, like if there was going to be some sort of like supernatural-ish elements, but it wasn't. It was just sort of like a nice kind of straightforward, dramatization of the whole thing. So that was good.
Dramatization.
I watched Havoc, which maybe we'll talk about here in a minute. I was feeling like nostalgic, so I had a day where I rewatched Scream and The Return of the Living Dead. I just needed some good horror movies to watch.
You needed some comfort, huh?
Yeah. The last two I'll mention here real quick is I got around to watching Novocaine, which is on I think Paramount Plus now. Another Quaid there, where he can't feel pain, and the lady he likes gets kidnapped during a bank robbery. Only ended up giving that one a 3. It's one of those ones that kind of the longer it goes on, the more little problems kind of build up with it.
I watched Novocaine too.
Yeah,
I gave it a 2.5.
Yeah,
and my problem with the movie is it just doesn't know what it wants to be.
Yeah.
Does it want to be like that stylish, quirky, but fun action movie with laughs in it, or does it want to be serious?
Right. That's definitely one problem.
And it just goes back and forth, and it just, you're kind of like, is this shit going to be over with? You know?
There's, so the like 3 guys rob the bank. And like the first guy, he gets into a fight within a kitchen, like the gun gets thrown in a deep fryer and he's got to reach in and do all that. Then the second one, he goes to the guy's house and like the guy's got his house booby trapped and he's got a fake being tortured because he can't feel pain. And that was good. But then you get he finally catches up with the main guy and it really just kind of falls apart there for me. And like you said, there's parts where it gets a little too serious. Like the whole time I was watching, I was thinking like, I was thinking of Darkman actually, or an Evil Dead. Like if you went back to the 90s and like directed, like Sam Raimi directed this movie starring like Bruce Campbell with the way he was making those late 80s, early 90s, this would probably be like one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, and that's my thing. Like there's such potential in this movie, and it falls.
Yeah, I wish
it falls big time.
I wish they'd have gone more with like the over the top. Like the first 2 fights when he gets to the end, and it just kind of, I don't know, just kind of peters out.
Like I feel like it was almost, I don't know, like I don't want to say like Baby Driver, but
I had a Baby Driver feeling watching it too.
Yeah, but I'm like, it felt like Baby Driver, but somebody else didn't make it.
Right.
And it wasn't as cool.
Yeah.
Like if they'd have had some music in there and really made you feel a part of, I don't know. Like it was even hard to root for him at times. You're just like, dude, you just way too much effort for this girl. Like just go away. Let the cops handle it.
Yeah. There was, I don't remember the guy's name, but he was in Veep. He plays one of the cops and something happens to him later. And then I thought that was kind of dumb too. And like I said, it could have been just like a nice, like 85-minute action movie with really funny kind of stuff. And it just, like I said, the longer it went on, the more I'm kind of like,
It just didn't, they didn't know which direction to take it. Is it a serious movie? Is it a slapstick action movie? Like they just couldn't figure it out.
I think I put that on my letterbox review. Like, I wish it had just been more of like an over the top kind of zany, funny action.
The way they presented it in the trailer,
something like Dark Man or Army of Darkness, almost. They they could have kept it serious enough, to not be that over the top. But that's what I wanted, and it didn't quite deliver. And the last one I'll mention real quick is I saw that this was on Vudu or Fandango at home now, and it's called The North Avenue Irregulars. And I used to watch this all the time when I was a kid. It's got what's his name? Edward Herman, who was he was Max in the Lost Boys.
Yeah,
and he's another one of those guys. Like if you see him, you know him. And he's like a pastor at a church, and he puts this old lady and her husband in charge of like the church's money, basically. And the guy goes to gamble it away at an illegal place. So he wants to get the money back, and he wants to go after the illegal gamblers. So he like recruits the women of the church.
He recruits.
Yeah, he recruits them.
You pulled a Rob.
And like all the ladies go after these guys, and they're like chasing them real. They got like good car chase and stuff. It's got like Cloris Leachman in it. It's like a really good cast of older actresses who maybe wouldn't be as famous now. But it's just like a nice, fun, like. It's Disney. It was as a Buena Vista, so it was like a Disney live action back then. Like I said, like real car chases, like they blow up the church at one point, like real explosions.
All right,
it's just nice to remember when we did real stuff.
Yeah,
in movies, even like I say, it's not like an action heavy movie or nothing. It's just these kind of zany, funny women chasing these guys in real car chases and stuff, and it's like just nice. But nice nostalgia watch for me.
Nice.
Took me back to watch it. I hadn't seen it. I had it on VHS at some point, and I saw, there it is on Vudu for $5. And as Rick and Morty says, "You son of a bitch, I'm in."
All right. I guess it's on me now.
Yeah.
All right. So, Sundays. It's all about Last of Us, and of course. Righteous Gemstones, which just ended.
Are you going to be a dad?
We'll talk later about that. Dude, people are losing their fucking minds over The Last of Us.
It's hilarious.
They, like, you know, and people were into it. And then as soon as the lesbian relationship popped up this year, they were like, I don't want to fuck with this show anymore.
I've seen some people
it's like, well,
suggesting that they've sort of purposely botched the lesbian angle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it never was like a perfect, it was a weird story to begin with. And I mean, the show for the most part is, I mean, it's been pretty true to the game. And the game is pretty brutal against, I mean, listen, if your feelings are very fragile when it comes to your masculinity or women needing you in this world, then this is not the show for you, because they shit on all the male figures in this season or part of The Last of Us. But I think tonight is like the flashback episode from when Joel was still alive. So I'm looking forward to that. But I mean, the one episode where the horde attacks, what's the town? Jackson. That was great. That's not in the game either.
No. That's Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, that's one of the best episodes of TV I think I've ever watched. And the only one I could put above it would be the Game of Thrones battle or whatever. But man, that show's been great. Let me see here. So, you know, since I'm kind of tired of all this whistleblower UFO bullshit, I was like, I still need like a UFO alien fix. So I'm like, you know, it's been years since I've watched the X-Files. I fired that up. I just finished the first season of that. Man, I forgot how much I love that fucking show. I fucking love that show.
That's another comfort show for me.
Exactly.
X-Files.
Like, I just put it on.
Take me back to the 90s.
It gets to be 9 o'clock and I'm burned the F out. Like, I'm burned out from baseball, from work, from school. And I just need to relax and, you know, just have something on that just puts me at ease.
Right. You want to watch like something good.
Yeah.
But like not something that's going to like beat you up in a way, you know?
But man, the sexual tension between Mulder and Scully is just
it was up there.
It's unbearable. And finally, like, you get to the end of the season, like the whole first season, you're like, what is Scully's fucking problem? Like, they see all this crazy shit. She does.
Yeah.
I'll give her some credit. She happens to miss like all the intensely crazy stuff that Mulder sees, you know, as far as like girls teleporting in the air or you know, levitating, sorry, not teleporting. And, you know, just seeing UFOs come down and stuff like that. But it gets to a point, like, how much shit do you have to see to just entertain the idea? Like, she doesn't even want to entertain it. Like, every episode, like, some crazy shit will happen. She'll be like, well, Mulder, you know, that's swamp gas, you know. And
is that really what you saw, Mulder?
Mulder's seen so much shit. He's like, no, that's not swamp gas. Like, what is it going to take for you to believe?
It'd be like, you know, like if Robzilla was like, I saw some flashing lights and I lost 15 minutes one time. And now if it like happened to you like every week, you'd kind of like, oh, maybe there is something kind of weird going on.
And it gets to the end of the season and like the most, like, I don't even think like that she saw something. I'm trying to remember and I can't remember because it's late at night when I'm watching this. But and I'm like, that's what made you believe that, you know, like them, you know, there's obviously this battle between Mulder and the director of the FBI, and because they're FBI, right?
Yeah.
The division of the FBI, the X-Files, where nobody wants to work. Spooky Mulder, yep. But and it's like, what gets her to believe is like them going after her to protect information and them finding that stuff out. But it's like, how many times does she have to save Mulder's ass too?
Right. Yeah.
I'd be tired of that shit. I'd be like, stay the fuck out of trouble. Like every like 3 episodes, like Mulder's getting his ass beat, and she's got to drive up and make some fucking deal to swindle Mulder away from.
Damn it, Mulder! I'll do it again.
Yeah, exactly. But and then it's like they really play into it at the beginning when they first start working it together. They're like, well, you know, he's attractive, but it's spooky Mulder. And then she's like, well, I can't go on this stakeout tonight because I'm going out with this guy I just met at my. Was it her godson's birthday party or something? Yeah. And you know, he's like, "What do you mean? You can't go out on a date. We've got stuff to do." Like, Mulder, just tell her you want to fuck her on one of the stakeouts. You know, like just get it over with. But man, that show's so fucking good.
Yeah.
And like last night I was texting you guys, like I just finished the one about it's kind of funny. It reminds you of like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
But he's actually in the sewers, like eating servicemen down there, you know. But that was really cool and spooky. They caught him in like the little overflow tank, and he's just sitting there like, let me out, guys.
And I love like the show's like legit creepy. Like the Fluke Man is kind of creepy.
Well, and it's funny. Like one of the reasons that made me rewatch it was I was listening to one of the UFO experts, and somebody had asked them like, it might have been like Eric Davis or somebody. I want to say I was watching it on that American Alchemy, Jesse Michaels show on YouTube, and he was asking, so what is like the best, what's the best like, televised or movie thing that represents like what it's like in real life? Like what is comparable? And the person that he was talking to was like episode 2 of the X-Files. Where they have the UFO in the hangar, and Mulder kind of sees it off to the distance in his eye after he's been beat up and drugged. But he was like, yeah, that's probably about true right there from that guy's experience. But I was like, oh, that's cool. So I had to watch it for that, and I just kept watching it, and man, is it a great fucking show.
Yeah, did you watch it on, is it on Hulu?
Yeah, all the seasons are on Hulu.
Okay.
But I just get tired of fucking Scully. Even after she's seen this shit, she's like, well,
I think that was my problem whenever I watched it. I'm like, how's this bitch not believe anything after what she's been seeing here? I'm like,
she is a skeptic to the end. I mean, and at one point, she gets kidnapped by aliens, doesn't she?
Yeah.
I
Well,
remember
there's the movie in there.
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah.
There's how many movies was there? Was there 2 or 3?
2 movies.
Yeah.
There was
the second one's not as good. The first one's really good though, from what I remember.
I like the first one quite a bit. I can't remember where that happens. It happens in between like season 3 or 4 or 4 or 5 or something like that. And then the second movie, which I think is okay. It just feels like a long episode. It's of X-Files, came out after the series was all done, I think. And then they had the I still need to check out those last 2 or 3 seasons.
The soft boot that they did or whatever, it wasn't quite as serious.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people said.
It was more like slapstick.
Yeah, some people said there was like a couple really good episodes kind of sprinkled in there.
Yeah,
and I didn't keep up with them.
But I'm really, and part of this is me getting ready for when Ryan Coogler reboots it, and he's even talked about having what is her name, Gillian.
Yeah, Gillian Anderson.
Gillian Anderson reprise her role. Which I'm down for that, I want to see all that again, but man, it's just such a good show, and I think I'm gonna watch the movie kind of in queue with as I'm rewatching the seasons, but it just brings you back to like Friday nights, not having anything to do, being bored, and turning Fox on, and that fucking intro music comes on. You're like, God damn it, this is scary.
That really did. Like it freaked me out when I was younger.
Yeah. Definitely did. So I just started to watch this season of Yellow Jackets, and it's okay.
That's what I've heard.
I'm just kind of like get to the point already, people.
I've heard a lot of people say it kind of goes downhill fast.
Yeah, and so let me look at my diary real quick, and I'll tell you what movies I've watched. The Man in the White Van. My mom made me watch that on Mother's Day with her. Didn't care for it.
Yeah.
It's like it tried to be like overly scary. So like there's like instrumentals like when they see the guy that's like kidnapping these women or whatever, and they try to hit you with the.
Is it a newer movie or an older movie?
2023. So I think
like if you told me it was like a 90s Lifetime movie, I'd be like, all right, that at least sounds good.
It feels like a high production Lifetime movie. Is what it is. I rewatched Civil War. And man, that movie's so fucking good.
It's good.
So fucking good. And I felt kind of bad like that I voted with hot sauce to give Kirsten Dunst the sleazy this year. But I mean, even though she doesn't say much, like man, she like that scene where she's trying the dress on, it just hits you, dude. Like her facial expressions, like she does a good job, man. Like even though she doesn't have much dialogue, like it's there. Her performance is there.
Right.
I watched Dragged Across Concrete. That was okay.
Yeah, that one's
That's my least favorite of the director of his
I've been meaning to rewatch that one because I did kind of like it, but it's not quite what you think it's going to be.
Yeah, it falls apart. The more the movie goes on, it kind of falls apart.
Fucked up my girl Jennifer Carpenter, man.
Oh, she bit the fucking dust. I was like, no way they just did that.
I didn't see that coming.
I'm like, she's pregnant, and she's like holding up this little hat, like, make sure my baby has it. It's like, they just made, I mean.
Turn that bitch to Swiss cheese.
Yeah, they did. And they didn't spare any gore on that. Yeah.
No.
I watched Monolith, which is.
I've been wanting to watch that.
Yeah, it was interesting. You know, it's not really like they don't give you a whole lot, so you kind of got to use your imagination with certain things, but the end it really makes that movie.
Okay.
And you know, that's about a desperate young journalist who turns to podcasting to salvage her career, and she's doing all this like alien type of research or whatever, like abduction stuff like that.
I've heard of that one before. They always kind of say it's like not like a great movie, but it's sort of one of those good examples of what you can do with a little bit.
Yes, and that's exactly like the whole movie is like her talking into a podcast microphone,
right,
and calling people, and yeah, it gets a little creepy at times when you hear these people telling their stories, and then what she encounters too. So, but yeah, I gave it 3 stars. It was a decent watch, a little above average for what it was, what they were working with.
That's on Tubi.
Yeah. Then I watched Havoc, which we'll talk about when we get to you. Thunderbolts. I did see Thunderbolts. I gave it 3 stars out of 5. Everybody
keeps hyping it up really bad.
These people that are hyping it up. Listen, spoiler alert, she saves the day with a hug. Like that's the grand, like,
to calm down the void.
Payday.
Basically.
That's the payday of the movie. But it was entertaining. I mean, I had a nice couple laughs in it, and
it's at least a fun one. But it's just
it's a fun movie, but it just feels like they've got this formula, and they don't want to step outside of it unless it's a big movie. And this could have been a really, like, I mean, they've done it with like Captain America, Winter Soldier. Like, I don't know, something about it just isn't. It's not scratching that Marvel itch for me.
Right.
So. And I know people are going to give me shit for that because a lot of people loved it, but I don't know. It just didn't. I didn't receive it as well as everybody else did. And it was just okay. It felt like a Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
On the big screen, and that's what it could have been. Could have just been a 6-part episode on Disney Plus. Sorry.
I just think with me, it's just like I just don't like. I have my Daredevil, and I'm looking forward to Superman. I'm like, that's what I'm really looking for.
Man, I'm ready for the next phase of Marvel, but come on, folks, give it to us.
I'm more excited for X-Men.
Show us those Marvel titties.
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing the bra. I mean, just whipping them out.
Mm-hmm.
Show me the Marvel titties.
Let's go.
And then last night I went out and I saw Final Destination Bloodlines.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars.
I'm surprised it's that good.
It's a perfect send-off for Tony Todd. He's in it for a brief moment. Yes, I know. It was sad seeing him. And he's so skinny.
Yeah.
You can just tell he's sick in it. And but I mean, listen, it follows that Final Destination formula.
Yeah,
but it's a little different. Like these people were all supposed to die in like this. It's like a
accident or whatever.
Well, it's like this giant like Skyview restaurant, you know, like it looks
the Stratosphere or whatever.
Yeah. It looks like the Stratosphere. And she kind of rushes everybody out before they all die or whatever. And because there's so many people in there, it takes death so long to get through to all these people that they've all had offspring. And so it's got to go, it takes out one bloodline, then it moves to another. So it's a pretty interesting plot line that they did there.
Yeah, a little twist.
And it worked. I'll give them that. It was good. It still has what many of the sequels have. It's got cheesy dialogue and terrible acting.
Of course.
But the kills are so fun that you forget about all that by the time they happen.
Fun kills in this one as well still.
Yeah. That pretty clever kills. I'll give them that. So, I'll just tell you this: there's one with an MRI machine.
Oh yeah,
fuck outta here, dude. That just gives me Makes me nervous.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is awesome. But-
I don't remember. We were talking about something else in the group chat, I think, and then I watched Novocaine, and then a lot of people have been talking about this movie, and it reminded me of my idea for a Final Destination movie, which is like, death has to go in a certain order. So like if you know that death is coming for Robzilla, like you're gonna go like run in front of a car. So death has to like save you instead of killing Robzilla. I think that would be like a cool idea. Somebody out there needs to do that one.
That's what Death sounds like when he's laughing at you.
yeah. And
Jace, Chuckles is coming for you.
yeah.
You see him. He's like, it follows. You just see him walking down your street. You're like, ah.
And they have, I don't remember. Did they do this in the other movies where like if you die and you get brought back to life?
You kind of cheat death is what it was.
It skips you.
Yeah.
And
I think that was a plot point in one of them.
so of course they throw that one in there and this too. So I mean, it was good. I had fun watching it on the ultra screen. So go see it.
Other than the first one, I don't have a lot of attachment to them. But I watched them all, I think, last year, and they're all like fun to watch.
Yeah, anytime they're on, I sit down and watch them. I mean, they're fun to just watch and keep watching for whatever
I
reason.
still remember seeing the first and second one in the theater, and I thought that was a great combo for each.
It's fun. Like after the third one, like they really start to
get a little too low budget.
Yeah.
Well, they save money on like the actors, and they get like low budget actors in, and then they
upscaled the kills.
Yeah, they kind of upscale the kills just a little bit. And that would be my only complaint with them. Like, just spend the money because people are going and seeing them. So what difference does it make?
Right.
But that's my thing. And then of course I watch Novocaine too. So, but it's on you. It's on you, big dog.
Well, I do have Paramount Plus now, so I'll be watching Novocaine tonight.
Go fuck yourself.
Too late. Too late. Don't even worry.
Rob's like, he's like, I think as soon as we end, I'm not going to go out to eat. So I can go home and watch Novocaine with the dog.
Novocaine and some shows. All right, so I end up watching the final installment of the series called Lost Bullets. So it's called Last Bullet. So basically, it's a French action car detective movie.
Where do you find this shit?
Netflix.
Okay,
that was on Netflix. So
they're decent.
They're decent. It's almost like a slightly more believable Fast and Furious with the car chases and stuff. It's still outlandish, but it's not as outlandish as that. It's still interesting. It's a fun trilogy for what it is, how it ends. Of course, I watched Born Invincible on Tubi. Of course, I started getting my documentaries as I usually do. So I watched A Deadly American Marriage that came on Netflix, as well as Untold: The Shooting Guards with Gilbert Arenas and Javaris Creighton.
Okay.
So I remember hearing about it, but it's been so long. It kind of goes a little bit detailed, but it kind of tells their backstory of their life, really. So it was okay, typical, whatever. The shitty movie I watched for Tubi, I was going to nominate, but it was so god awful, was Camp Blood Clown Shark. And Jesus Christ, that movie's horrible. Like I if you see the picture of it, reason why I selected it, reason why. But other than that, it was god awful. Yeah. So there's a movie called The Witch, the subversion I watched. It's a Korean action supernatural movie. So they made a sequel called The Witch Part 2, the other one, which is pretty fun, pretty intense action if you like that kind of stuff. And what else did I watch? And I got to check out Heart Eyes on Netflix.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to watch that. I'm going to watch that tonight.
It's super fun.
Is it?
I wish I would have. It's almost like fun like Thanksgiving. Eli Roth's. If I went to theaters, dude, it's funny. It's like a cheesy, horrible Lifetime love romance, but they make fun of it with a fun slasher, basically.
It knows what it's doing.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's a joke in it, and like they acknowledge the joke, and I'm like,
unlike Novocaine, should we write that whoever made that a letter like, sir, you let us down tremendously.
You fucked up.
I think was it Novocaine or was it the other?
Go ahead, Rob. Keep going.
So Hard Eyes, so definitely check it out. I'm very surprised how much I liked it. And then
Novocaine was directed by the same guys who did Significant Other, the one with Michael Monroe, where they're out.
I love that movie.
That movie was good.
I think I gave both like 3 stars. Like I feel like I had similar problems with both.
Yeah. And then I watched a another movie. It's a Netflix one called Exterritorial. So this woman, she has she's like an ex soldier. She goes to a consulate with her son, and all of a sudden her son disappears. And then it kind of makes you think, does she really have her son? Because she struggles with very heavy PTSD from losing her husband in the war, which she was on the same team with.
Okay.
Ambushed. So it makes you think that, does she really have her son, or is she just crazy? So it's kind of like a little cat and mouse thing. So it's not bad.
Yeah, so this guy did Novocaine, Significant Other, Villains. He's got one called Body, too. Villains was decent, too.
I didn't get around to seeing that one.
He's like progressively getting worse.
Yeah. Is that the one with Bill Skarsgård?
Villains, yeah. And I want to say our girl's in it.
And some other guy. He's playing a bunch of stuff.
Micah Monroe.
There we go.
Yeah, and then Jeffrey Donovan.
That's it. Yep.
He played in
Burn Notice.
Burn Notice with Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, that's what he's probably known for. And then Sicario, the first one, and second one, he's in that one too. And then I watched. They had the new volume of Love, Death, and the Robots. I think you sent me a clip. I didn't know it came out yet, so I watched that. I was a little disappointed. It's not as good as the other volumes. There's about 3 or 4 of them that's pretty good. I liked. But there's 10 of them.
I keep flirting with it. Like, I kind of want to watch this, but it doesn't feel like something that'll.
But they're so short. Like the one in the clip you sent me, it's only 7 minutes. Like there's like 2 more.
I don't even know what I sent you.
The aliens arrive.
Oh yeah, where they shoot them. Yeah.
So
that was cool.
It's like that through the entire. It's 7
cops.
minutes. Yeah.
It's funny.
Shit, he's got a
This saucer touches down, and they're like, the cops are like, have like their little barricade set up, and they're like, come out with their hands up. And then the aliens are kind of, the door comes down. They're like thinking about coming out. And then they finally come out. And they're like, he's got a gun. And they all fire on him.
Well, he's talking to him. He's like, I'll come in peace. And like, he moves his hands. He's like, he's got a gun. And he shoots him. And they start like.
That's exactly what one of those motherfuckers would shoot some of them.
Right. So, like I said, not bad. There's a few episodes I liked. And then you were watching the new Tom Segura show.
Oh, yeah, I did watch that. Yeah, Bad Thoughts.
So, there's some that's pretty funny, and then there's some like it kind of drags out.
Dude, I had a ball watching it all. You know why?
I know why.
You got to pop a couple eddies, man. You'll have a great time watching that shit.
It magnifies it.
What was your favorite skit out of that?
Probably the coffee scene, just because I feel like that's how people are. Like, they're so fucking pretentious pricks.
Dude, how did I know you were going to pick the coffee? Like, listen, he goes in to order a coffee, and they make it wrong, and he fucking snaps and kills everybody in the coffee shop.
Totally me.
It is pretty gruesome. Like,
yeah.
It's like there's a Wilson Fisk type dismembering.
Yeah.
Like, he rips this guy's head in half.
He rips his jaw.
Yeah, whatever. It's the same thing.
And I would say that's that, and the other one is the school scene, the school play scene. That's like my funniest. To me, that's the funniest to me.
I did enjoy like the Garth Brooks one. That was funny.
For me, it kind of dragged out, but there's certain parts of it that's really funny. But I was like, it could end now.
Him banging the sisters was almost like
it was too. I
was in tears in that one,
dude. Like,
fuck me, big boy.
You sucking my big toe?
Yeah,
I like that.
When he's like on top of her back, putting his dick in the toy that's on her back.
I want to see it grow in my mouth.
It's growing in my mouth. I'm excited. And
it's like how this bitch hide her head on her back and is like normal, and all of a sudden.
The gym one was I was dying, man.
Yeah.
The gym one. What guy in their right minds wouldn't take a shot of that to grow their dick? There would be dudes with that issue where it would get so big. Because they take this shot and it grows their dick overnight or whatever.
You didn't read the pamphlet? Why would I read the fucking pamphlet?
Yeah.
And of course, those couple of scenes that we talked about, our boy Dan Stevens is actually in it. Was kind of surprised. I'm like, he's kind of a big actor in that.
Yeah, they had a couple people in there that I was surprised they got.
I know he had his real wife was in that too.
Yeah,
Christine.
she was in the school.
Yeah.
And he had what's the one Asian comedian that's on the Friends show podcast?
Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee.
That part was funny.
That was funny too.
I looked it up, Daddy. Good girl.
His wife had a make-a-wish to be fucked by the sandwich guy.
Yeah. He's like, if we start now, I can make you come in 4 times.
Can you use a condom? Get the fuck out of here.
5 minutes later, no. It's like this whole thing. He's like thinking about it.
I like Tom Segura. I know he's hit or miss for a lot of people, but
I like Tom. I like more when he's on his stand-ups is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then like when he's on podcasts making fun of Bert and shit, it's pretty fun.
Yeah. All right, so what else you got?
And Havoc as well.
And Havoc.
Yeah.
Havoc was good.
If you like, the guy who directed was Gareth Evans, so he's done the movie Apostle from Netflix with Dan Stevens. He's also did Memento.
He's also did.
Pronounced. Yeah, he's also directed Memento, I believe is pronounced. I might be incorrect, but it
might be.
Yeah, but he's also directed. If you ever liked the Raid movies, he directed those. Raid 1 and Raid 2.
Memento was Christopher Nolan.
No, it's Marmento.
Marmento?
Yeah, I can't pronounce it. It's Indonesian. I'm mispronouncing it.
Fuck it. Who cares?
But he directed it too. And the same guys who are in that movie were in the Raid 1 and 2. So if you like over-top action, like nonstop.
It was a lot of like headshots
and
crazy shooting. It was a shoot 'em up movie for sure.
Yeah, it's a shoot 'em up movie. It's not as good as the Raids, but if you have that itch for a movie like that, it fits it.
Yeah, like the story itself and the plot is not that great.
No.
But the action's so good, you're having fun all the way to the end.
And I gave it 3 just because of the action. And I kind of like seeing Timothy Olyphant as a piece of shit prick.
Hey, he's great as he's great as that sleazy bad
he's
guy.
Fantastic. And Tom Hardy's Tom Hardy, but it's kind of like he's starting to get that rinse and repeat with like this. He's that nonchalant, like gruff fucking cop.
Yeah,
and you're like, I'd rather you just so you get shot.
Yeah, I put a lot of shooting, some cheesy situations, and Tom fucking Hardy.
Yeah.
That was my review.
Well, I like it how, too, they didn't really make him into, like, some kind of martial artist. He's just, like, fucking throwing people.
Yeah,
like,
he's getting his ass kicked.
He's getting his ass kicked, yeah. There's a part he's getting fucked up by this chick. Like, fucked up. Yeah. I loved it. Like, kick the shit out. Hurt him.
Oh, you love violence, dude.
I do.
You love violence.
I love it. She was fucking him up. He did, like, a fucking double stomp to some dude through a fucking ground. That was amazing.
All right. We're in overtime, big time here. So, Righteous Gemstones, it finally ended.
All I'm asking for is 8 Ball and $2 million. So
it's not like I'm asking for the world here.
Mm-hmm.
Did you happen to watch it?
What?
The series finale of Righteous Gemstones.
I got a lot of watching to do on that one. So thinking about checking it out.
So spoilers in case we spill anything about it.
Well, I mean, listen.
Do they all go to heaven or not?
No, nobody dies.
Well, somebody dies. Yeah, so it's not the main people, but
I really enjoyed this season, and I mean, listen, Danny McBride is on to something here.
Yeah,
like this is what his 3rd HBO show.
Yeah,
and they've all been massively popular, well received. Yes, and Righteous Gemstones, but he is just blending like comedy and drama together.
He does it well,
and it's so fucking good. Like these crime mysteries that have this immense amount of comedy in them, and it comes off well, and he gets these great casts together, and he's kind of used the same people here and there.
It's similar. Certain directors they find the certain people who they work well with, and they fit them in.
Did you see he put Stevie in this one as the host of the Man of Christ Year Award or whatever?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's Stevie.
Yep.
But I mean, John Goodman was great in this series.
I love seeing John Goodman. Like he fits that role so good as Eli Gemstone.
What would I don't know if these shows would be that great without Walton Goggins though. Like they'd be good, but they wouldn't be great.
For Righteous Gemstones, it's Walton Goggins, it's Kiefer, and it's BJ. Those are who kind of sent over the top for me.
This year, BJ cracked me the fuck up. Dude, when he got...
You're not even a good handicap
He wasn't
person.
even paralyzed,
I know.
dude. Like, he was in that wheelchair just to make a...
I can't walk.
Yeah. This house is not handicap accessible.
You're not even a good handicap person.
Yeah.
Dr. Watson, hand me the bread.
But, I mean, this cast, Adam Devine, the wife, Cassidy Freeman, the dude that plays Keith, he is great, dude. I'm glad they gave him a much bigger role this year. Mm-hmm. And I mean, obviously, he's in the
he wants the kissy monster.
He's in the gay relationship with Adam Devine.
Yeah.
Tim Baltz that plays BJ, he's great. I'm so sad. Like, if they could do a spinoff show with BJ and his wife. What is her name? Edie Patterson.
Yeah.
Edie Patterson's so hot. She's like,
I don't know what it is.
That unorthodox hot for some reason. Like. There's just something about her. You're like, I want to have fun with Edie Patterson.
You would have fun with her.
Oh yeah.
She seems like she's fun.
the kids. I was happy to see the kids had a bigger role this year too.
I like how
and when I
Gideon
say
was-
kids, not the oldest one, the younger brothers.
Yeah.
Baby Billy's wife, she's hilarious. Somebody was telling me is that Danny McBride's lady or something like that?
I don't know.
Valen Hall.
That I don't know.
Hopefully I'm not butchering her name. But did you recognize the lady that plays Amy Lee, Gemstone? Did you recognize her in The Bondsman?
I didn't recognize her in The Bondsman.
She's the ex-wife.
I wouldn't.
At the end when she sings?
I would not know that.
You don't even pick it up without her in costume.
Well, she's got those thick ass like 90s
the
glasses.
the 80s, 90s glasses.
And side note, that got canceled, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm so bummed about that, dude.
And the way it left it.
Yeah,
Fuck
wide
me.
open. I like Tubi, if you're listening, pick it up.
Just do us a favor.
I feel like they gave up on that way too quick because nobody knows about it.
Right.
They didn't really do any advertising.
I
You didn't
saw-
see people on the Tonight Show. They got to do a better job, and they need to commit at least 2 seasons. That way, if it's not going well in the second season, give us closure. But yeah, I really loved it, and the whole top man of Christ and what's his face, Stephen Dorff.
He's so good as a villain, isn't he?
He was good as the dirty preacher.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's not like a dirty preacher. He's not. I don't even think he's worse than them.
They push him to be that way.
But yeah,
They
they
push him.
definitely the whole secret society of preachers that was hilarious too, and they had a duel or whatever,
Yeah.
fucking hilarious. But I will say this: the highlight of this year was the monkey,
Dr. Watson.
Dr. Watson. There is a fucking scene where,
Of course, he knew the name of the monkey right off the
right,
bat.
they go to Sunday dinner at this restaurant every time they're done with services, and BJ's bringing Dr. Watson with him to do everything for him, to feed
He's
him.
just
and-
emotional support animal, basically, is what he is.
Yeah, he's an animal that helps handicapped people get by. And they make him, they're like, Dr. Watson, light this cigarette and smoke it. And he's smoking a cigarette in the middle of this.
He's like, if that monkey smokes it, you got to keep him.
Yeah, and he does. He lights the cigarette up and smokes it. It's hilarious. But yeah, Dr. Watson was my highlight of the Righteous Gemstone. I mean, aside from Baby Billy this year.
Dude, I lost it.
He was so outrageous this year.
Yeah.
They just kept feeding that monster, and he just got so big.
Yes, I need you to do your fucking job.
Yeah.
He said, don't be lighting this pipe in there like it's Bilbo Baggins.
Baby Billy and his wife have this. She's like a German nanny housekeeper or whatever, and she doesn't really speak English, and they're just treating her like shit.
Well, Baby Billy is.
Yeah, Baby Billy. He's like, do your fucking job, woman.
He's like, I hate that fucking nanny.
Yeah.
But no, there's a scene where he needs to help and save someone. He of course he has a little bit of hidden cocaine in a pinky ring. He's like, please Lord, bless this cocaine to help me take down this demon.
It's right out of the ring too.
And he snorts it and
he doesn't do shit.
No, he gets fucked.
Did you guys see there was the clip of the guy at the basketball game, whichever one it was this week, and you can clearly see him put his hand up.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
It was the camera guy just stayed on him the whole time.
When you're the cameraman, why don't you just pan away from that?
No, I'm like, this is too good.
Yeah, obviously that's what somebody was thinking.
Got to know who's got the good coke.
Yeah.
A cola.
Oh, who played the ex-husband of what's her face?
Oh, it's Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker was good. He's such a
good prick.
He's a dirtbag.
Yeah.
He's a good dirtbag. He's not a dirtbag. He's actually a pretty cool dude.
Yeah, he's super nice, but man, he plays one so good, and
Yeah.
he's such a fucking.
He plays that southern dirtbag
Yeah.
pretty good. But lots of bright moments to close the show out, and they did it everything kind of comes full circle.
I was a little
Most of the characters kind of have their
moments.
Their moment of okay, it's time to stop being bad, and
I did laugh when a certain person dies near the end.
yeah,
I think you disgraced me. No, I got you.
and between Michael Rooker, Sean William Scott was in it. Sean William Scott does a Michael Jackson routine.
Oh boy,
that is just to die for.
Yep.
It is hilarious, but great show, man. I'm sad that it's gone, and they got asked, would you reprise your role, and Danny McBride said, only like he doesn't think he would do like another series movie or whatever that most people want, but he wants to do like a traveling live show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was like, I think that would be really fucking cool. And I'm here to tell you, I will be on Ticketmaster buying a front row seat to that shit if he does it.
I will be doing that too.
Yeah, like I'll just put it on my credit card. That's a bucket list thing that you have to do.
And Danny McBride's wife, her name is Gia Ruiz, so it's not.
No, it's not her. Yeah. I wonder who she is. Somebody was saying
She's
that
some type of director. I did see.
Somebody was saying that she dated somebody on that show or something, but maybe they were just misinformed.
I always thought like Baby Billy's wife is hot in that show.
Yeah, she is.
She's a toilet baby.
She's a toilet baby.
Daddy came, dude. Like
it's a great show,
man.
It's a great show. If you haven't watched it, get your HBO Max subscription.
We've been saying for years now. All of a sudden, it's official.
Like just when I've gotten to the point where I'm saying Max all the time, they change it back on me. Those cocksuckers. But they should have never changed it to begin with.
Yeah,
these people. It just proves to you that all these people making decisions for all these companies, they're fucking idiots.
Yeah, they're it's like the old throw a dart at a dartboard. Like that's what we're doing.
Whatever they can get to stick, they're happy with it. Yeah. But yeah, it's on HBO Max. So go fucking watch this show. It's great. And you know, as much over the top shit as it has some good, good writing, good crime drama. And, there's some feel good moments in it.
Well, I think some of the stuff that's really funny at moments too is like, Danny McBride, and Adam Devine and Judy, they're fucking they're being obnoxious in front of their dad. And he's like, how can I help you guys? And he's just like, they're just talking nonsense. He's just like, he wants to tell them to shut the fuck up.
The flashbacks were probably some of the most entertaining scenes in this. Like teenage Judy is off the fucking hook.
Like
she's savage.
Yeah,
she is a savage.
They casted the perfect kids to play them as kids.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah,
it's man, if we had a star system for shows, it'd be a 5-star for me.
And Bradley Cooper made an appearance the first.
He was good in the first episode.
I would like to see more of that.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Yeah,
so
like
I think
a prequel.
You're going to heaven now or something, but you need anything else?
Bradley Cooper doesn't have time to do a whole season of that.
He's making cheesesteaks.
Yeah, he's a busy guy. He's feeding the poor and
he's making cheesesteaks.
He's trying to win an Oscar. Yeah. It's I don't think it's ever going to happen for him.
Lying about trying to bang Lady Gaga, which I think happened.
Oh, dude, they totally fuck. They totally fuck.
Yeah, there's a way.
He's a goddamn liar, and so is she. She's like, "Oh, we made you believe that."
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You made me believe that you fucked even more. You know?
You've been fucking more than you let on.
Yeah. All right, so that's all we have for episode 208. This was a long one since we were off so long. We had a lot to talk about. I know we didn't cover everything we wanted to, but thank you for listening.
We didn't spend nearly enough time talking about what a giant piece of crap Robzilla is.
I know. We'll get to that next episode.
That's always every episode.
So call to actions, same thing as always. Share the show with somebody. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to the YouTube channel.
Yes, make sure you're liking things, Robzilla. Yeah. Remember to like them.
Yes.
Don't forget. Don't leave yourself a note to like them.
I complained about that months ago, how, when we were trying to build the TikTok community up a little bit, and I was like, this motherfucker, he watches everything, but he won't like it. Like, tap the fucking screen.
It's like his, to go from here to here, like, I was in the middle of moving my thumb and I forgot.
Well, when you have T-Rex arms, sometimes you can't reach in and
I guess he does have to put slightly more effort into it than the normal person.
Right. All right, so that's all we have, and as always, keep it sleazy.
Thanks for listening to the Sleazy Podcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and remember, listen to Sleazy.